And we're live again. Welcome, folks. Good evening, and welcome to Friday Night Tech Talk. I'm Mobile Geezer, which you're probably well aware of if you're on my YouTube channel, but you also might be watching from one of my Facebook IDs, which is either Mobile Geezer or George Hayes. We simulcast from all three at the same time, and we do this every week. We At the same time, we discuss some articles that I pick out from last Friday to this Friday, so within the last week, and we talk about them. We can discuss them in the comments, and I assume other tech heads like myself, which I assume you are if you're here at all. And here's Annette. Hey, Annette, glad you're here. You're right on time. And Eleanor was the first one in. So she wished everybody a wonderful weekend. So two of our most faithful right off the bat, Tennessee and California represented. So if you're new here, please say something type something in the comments to let us know where you're from. And here's Brian. Okay, all the faithful are showing up. Glad you're here, brother. Like I said, if you're new here, please type something in the comments. Let us know where you're from. And every week I pick out some stories that I think might be interesting, but also whatever's the big story of the week, I also try to cover that. And here's Ellie. Okay, four of the most faithful right off the bat. We've got Eleanor and Annette and Brian and Ellie. So glad to have you all here. All right, and as I tell you every week, you can follow along on my website. So let's show you that. And I have all the show notes for each article on my website. So you can go on there and you can click on the articles with me if you so desire. So here's my website. If you go to mobilegeezer.wordpress.com, just click on today's date. You'll get the show notes just for tonight's show. And as I do every week, I'll give you a little preview. Now, as far as I know, there was no huge presentation this week, not like last week with Apple's big presentation. Oh, and while we're here, I guess I should tell you, pretty much everybody who was having their iPhone delivered today got them. I had my iPhone 17 delivered to the house here, and I wasn't here. I work on Fridays. Eleanor had an appointment, and nobody was here. And I guess Google and or Samsung will let them leave it on the porch. This is a very safe neighborhood. You could probably leave it on the porch here for a week. But Apple requires a signature. So they said we were here and we'll come to you on the next business day. Well, like everybody, they won't even let you talk to anybody anymore. They want you to use the app. So I went on the UPS, that is United Parcel Service. I went on the app and I tried to find a way to reschedule it. Well, they won't deliver on or Saturday or Sunday. That's why they said next business day, which would be Monday. But I work Monday and Eleanor works Monday. So I knew once again, nobody would be here. And they don't give you any option to talk to anybody unless you have a corporate account. No matter, even if you call one of the UPS stores, the last thing they ask you for is a corporate account. Otherwise, you get to talk to nobody. And this is what they all want. They all want you to use the app, and they don't want you talking to anybody. So I finally had to reschedule it for Tuesday because Tuesday I don't work. So you won't see anything from me on the iPhone 17 until next Tuesday at the earliest. So just wanted you all to be aware of that. And as I try to do every week, I'll let you guys, I try to remember, know which phones I carried to work with me today. So today I had Nothing Phone 3A Pro. I still love this phone. And I had my Pixel 10. And I happened to get a survey in the mail from Google asking me about my experience with my ordering the phone and my trade-in and all that good stuff. And I happened to notice when they gave me my trade-in, they gave me $550 for my Pixel 9 Pro. But when I looked back in, no, they actually returned to me $600. So I was pretty pleased with that. So since I had a $200 sitting there on the side at Google, I got this phone for almost nothing. So I was pretty happy about that. So I got some bad news today in not getting my iPhone 17, but I also got some good news. So that worked out. All right, back to my webpage. So I'm going to, since there was no huge event that I know of this week, correct me if I'm wrong, I'll give you a little preview like I do every week of the stories we'll go over. So one of the big things that did happen this week, Intel and NVIDIA chip collaboration. So they've formed a partnership, and with those two big chip companies, that's kind of a big deal. I found that on CNBC.com, so we'll take a look at that. I think they've just finalized the deal 2 days ago. And then after that, what I consider the big thing of the week was the Meta Connect 2025. And I said, Meta Connect, what was announced? Ray-Ban display smart glasses and more. Everybody's showing you up there Ray-Ban smart glasses. They look pretty cool. I don't have $800 to give them for that, but anyway, that's what I think is kind of the big story of the week. So after that, I found a story on Phone Arena. I just said new BlackBerry type products, really? And I knew about it. So I just put BlackBerry and Unihertz, who's a company making something like a BlackBerry. And I've got one coming, I believe, next month. So we'll go talk about that. I found that on Phone Arena. And you should know, one reason I got that is because I never, ever had a BlackBerry. So this will be my closest thing to it, but I got it. Well, I'll tell you about it when we get there. Finally, nothing showed off their Nothing Ear 3 earbuds. I just said there's nothing breaking the mold again. You know how they like to make things a little different with the Nothing Ear 3 earbuds. So I found a story on Android Central that tells us all about their speaker that's on their case. So pretty interesting. So in that regard, yeah, they're kind of breaking the mold again. Then, this I thought was hilarious. Google cuts its AI contractors. So it's laying off AI contractors, but they're contractors, which I was a programming contractor for at least 15 years between Jersey and Florida, make it 17 years. So I know a lot about programming, contracting as a programmer. And I just said, this is why contractors are hired after all. They hire contractors so they don't have to give them any benefits, and they can fire them for any reason whatsoever. And that's in your contract. I guarantee you that. So anyway, it's a funny story because the contractors are all upset that they got laid off and they're fired and all this. And they're contracting through a sub company. So they don't work for Google. Well, that's why you're there. So anyway, I just thought it was silly. So found a decent story on Phone Arena. And then iOS 26, which I did put on my iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I'll be sending in as my trade-in, but I haven't had any real issues with it, but it seems like iOS 26 seems to be accumulating issues. Found a story on Tom's Guide, and some people really don't like it. So especially liquid glass. So we'll take a look at that. I didn't have my iPhone with me today, and of course, since I put iOS 26 on it, which was 3 days ago, I think, I haven't used it as much as you know me. I change phones all the time, but I did use it for 2 days, and I've had no issues at all. And yeah, and Ellie said, yeah, no issues with iOS 26 here, but you'll see in the story, some people are having issues with it. So those are the stories we'll go over tonight. Oh, you know what I didn't do before the show? I didn't check to see if Ted was going to be here. So let me jump on Telegram real quick and check that. Nope, nothing from Ted. So maybe that means he'll be here. We did get Will for a bit last week, which was kind of cool, even though he was at work. Always good when he can jump in and join us. So since there's nothing else new in the comments and no Ted or Will, I will go back to the first story and we'll continue. So Intel and NVIDIA chip collaboration, a big deal partnership. Got that on CNBC.com, so let's go take a look. Intel surges 22% after $5 billion NVIDIA investment posts best day in nearly 38 years. That's pretty good. And we all know Intel has been in a lot of trouble the last few years, and our government took a piece of them and put some money in, and now NVIDIA's put some big money in. So maybe they'll be saved and things will be good for them. So let's take a look. Oh, this was written yesterday by John Malloy and Chris Udaly. So let's drop into Reader View and get rid of these ads. NVIDIA said it will invest $5 billion in Intel as part of a deal to co-develop data center and PC chips with the troubled chip maker, which took on the U.S. government as an investor last month, and we reported on that then. NVIDIA is investing its stake at a price of $23.28 a share, a release from the company said. Intel shares closed 22.8% higher to $30.57 following news of the deal. So that's a nice bump in one day. Intel posted its best day since October 1987. And while I thought that was interesting that its best day was in October 1987, at the time I was programming for Payne Weber in New York. And that point might have been in New Jersey, but right across the river from New York. We had moved from New York across the river to the other side. But it was interesting because the crash happened in October of 1987, I believe in October or maybe the beginning of November, but I just thought their best day was just before the big crash. NVIDIA shares closed 3.54% higher on Thursday. That was yesterday. The historic collaboration tightly couples NVIDIA's AI and accelerated computing stack with Intel CPUs and the vast x86 ecosystem, a fusion of two world-class platforms, that's for sure. Together, we will expand our ecosystems and lay the foundation for the next era of computing, said NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang in a release. NVIDIA now joins SoftBank and the U.S. government in supporting Intel's turnaround. So they've had three big infusions of cash in the last month. Intel shares, which hit their lowest in more than a decade earlier this year, rebounded after finding renewed support from the Trump administration, striking a deal for the U.S. government to invest 10% in the chip maker in August. White House Deputy Press Secretary Kush Desai said in a statement Thursday that the partnership was a major milestone for American high-tech manufacturing. SoftBank also made a $2 billion investment with Intel in August. The government put $8.9 billion into the chip maker for 433.3 million shares. That stake is now worth $13.2 billion. Nice. With shares at $30.57. A senior White House official said the administration was not involved with the NVIDIA Intel deal. Yes, because I guess they have to tell us about that since we own part of this company now. And Brian being Brian, always with his generosity. Thank you, sir, as always. Appreciate it very much. What's unclear is whether this represents token cooperation intended for political purposes or if it's the start of a wider collaboration that would more significantly benefit INTC, wrote Wolf researchers Chris Caso in a note Thursday following the announcement. Caso said the biggest question is if NVIDIA will manufacture it at Intel's fab. Yeah, that's a big question. The investment, which is subject to regulatory approval, so not fully approved yet, does not appear to include the manufacturing of NVIDIA chips with the Intel's foundry. But I would think with the government invested in your company already, you probably got a pretty good chance of it getting approved. Intel will build x86 central processing units for NVIDIA's AI infrastructure platforms, according to the release. On the PC front, Intel will build x86 system on chips. Yeah, they're pretty expert at that, using NVIDIA's RTX graphics processing units that will power computers. NVIDIA is in the middle of U.S. and China trade negotiations to get approval to sell less advanced chips in China. They're not allowed to sell the advanced chips to China. Nobody from America is, but they're trying to get approved for the less advanced chips. So interesting story between two big giants, one that was really in trouble for quite a while. So I thought that was an interesting story to start with. So nothing else new in the comments and no TED as yet. So we will continue on to what I see as the big story of the week. Meta Connect. What was announced? Ray-Ban display, smart glasses, and more. I took the story from IGN.com. Meta Connect. Ray-Ban gets a display and everything else Meta announced. Meta's new Ray-Ban smart glasses bring augmented reality glasses closer to reality. I like that. And this was written 2 days ago by Wes Davis. Let's drop into review. Oh wow! We got a little miracle going here, guys.
Am I in the shot? I had a lot of difficulty just now.
You're in like Flynn.
I'm in like Flynn. Okay, because I can't tell if I'm like, cutting myself off here. Oh, look at me. Okay.
There you go.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well. To what do we owe the honor? It's very great honor.
I've been wanting to get on for like the last 6 weeks almost.
Right.
And some of my other issues, with family related issues also crept in there. But I worked I said I'm taking the night off for now. Okay. I don't have a lot of time. I have an early run tomorrow morning for Amazon. But I wanted to try and get on and just say hi, everybody. I can't see. Where's the chat?
Eleanor said, "Oh gosh, hi, Mike."
Hi, hey.
She said, "Oh hey. My gosh."
Yes. I wished her happy birthday, by the way. It was a few days ago. So.
Yeah, she told me.
But yeah, how you doing? How's everybody? Where's everybody? I don't really even see. Where's the chat? I don't even know where the chat is.
It's over on the right-hand side.
Yeah, but it just shows me. Where's the?
Oh, maybe
it's so different.
See how mine disappeared? There's an arrow you can hit to make it show up or disappear. There's an arrow in the middle of the right-hand side.
There's two people on. Okay. Arrow on the right-hand side. Well, don't worry about it. Okay, don't mind me. I like I said, I haven't done this. I don't know if you saw, I actually had a minute to make a YouTube short today.
Oh, okay. Didn't see
I don't know if you saw that.
I saw what you said about what did you put something out there?
I don't have the wallet with me because I'm loving the Pixel Snap.
Yeah.
before what was his name? Oh God, he said to me, he said Pixel Snap because I kept on bragging about MagSafe. essentially,
No,
it's I guess it's
that's right.
MagSafe.
You put a post about
Yeah,
MagSafe up. That's what
yeah.
it's for. Yeah.
And I've been really liking that. I mean, that was one of the things that was like, oh, I'm looking forward to
Right.
about getting this phone. So,
Well, you
I'm
almost tuned in on the day that I would have gotten my iPhone 17, except neither one of us were here, so I won't get it till Tuesday.
oh, okay, okay.
But did you hear in the beginning? I was telling him about my Pixel 10, and I was
Mhm.
taking a little survey that Google had asked me about how I like the experience with the trading and all that good stuff. Well, I realized they had given me 550 for my Pixel 9 Pro, but when I looked, they actually gave me $600. So I was like,
You're the
real
second
happy.
person. You're the second. I saw a posting on Threads uh, um, that somebody said they got a couple bucks more. Not a lot, but it just made it
Hey,
better.
50
You
bucks
know what I
more,
mean?
I'll take it. And plus
Yeah,
the fact I had $200 sitting there at Google. So that means I got the whole phone for almost nothing.
yeah, yep, yep, yep. So I know I did I
Look at
yeah.
Brian's being a wise guy. Did Google send the survey to Will?
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I don't
oh
know.
man. I talk about Will. I don't know. Did you hear the story with Will about all the
Yes,
problems he had?
he came on. He came on last week and told us how
Oh,
Google
did he?
screwed
Oh, I
him.
gotta go back
How,
and watch it.
yeah,
I
how
got. Oh,
Google
I gotta.
screwed him big time, and he said you agreed with him that he said, and I agreed too. I said,
Yeah,
well, yeah, you did the right
you
thing.
right. I mean, $150. Is that going to break Google? Come on,
Exactly,
come
exactly.
on.
And they really screwed him.
He will never come back because of that. Because of
And
that
this guy
alone.
has bought almost every Pixel phone they've ever made, even
Mhm.
if half of them he sent back.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he was really George. He was really talking about maybe making the switch to try it out, and he liked the phone and also. So
Well,
yeah,
obviously that wasn't meant to be because they screwed that up big time.
big time, big time. And that again, again, it's always like, if my friends heard, my non-tech friends heard
Right.
about that story, they would be like, going, "Oh, I don't want to deal with that." I don't.
Exactly.
They would speak with their wallet, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's not something we want to tell our non-tech. Oh, and I just realized I should show you something. Now,
Hmm.
I did show them the two phones I took to work with me today. One was the Nothing Phone 3A Pro,
Hmm.
and the backup was the Pixel 10. But why was the Nothing Phone 3A Pro my primary phone? Because I'm wearing my Amazfit watch. And who gave me the Amazfit watch?
Hey,
Oh yeah, Mike
yeah.
did.
How you
Oh,
like it?
wait a
How
minute.
you liking it?
We got Will in here now.
Oh,
There you are.
well,
Will, I
turn
assume
on
you're at
your mic.
work.
Turn on your mic. There you go. Turn
Oh,
your mic.
Yo,
There you
what's
go.
going on, Mike?
Yo.
George. What's up, George?
hey, we get to see you. That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't work tonight.
Oh,
Whoa.
cool.
No, I'm
Whoa.
sick.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm just
No,
playing.
okay, but no,
The
go
original
ahead, call out
trio that
sick.
started all of this.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
and he's still doing things with the ceiling to mess us up.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't
I
even
know.
know. I didn't even know Mike was going on today.
This was sort of last minute. Like I said, I probably can give you guys about 25 minutes,
Hey,
and
we'll
I
take
got
what
to I
we
got to
can
get up.
get.
Yeah, I got to then I got to go to bed. So
We were just talking about you getting screwed by Google, and you came in.
you,
Uh,
See?
you,
There you go.
did
You know
you
what? The
get?
funny thing is, they were still emailing me after I already got my refund. They emailed me like 2 more times trying to
What?
Well,
explain. We're sorry
trying to
for your
explain that they screwed
experience.
you.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah.
Did you get your iPhone today?
Of course I did.
Okay,
and is
You
that
know,
what you're using?
they
Are you?
never let me down.
Yeah.
exactly. Hey, they tried to deliver mine, but nobody was here. So
Yeah, they won't deliver a hard to come by piece of machinery like that, George, without a
yeah. Well, now
signature.
I had to
Yeah.
push it to Tuesday because they won't deliver over the weekend, and I work on Monday. So
Yeah, you know.
yeah, Brian said the sky is falling. Will is
Yeah.
not working. Good point, Brian.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Eleanor said, "Hi, Will. The family is together."
What's
Yes,
going
we're
on,
Yeah.
together.
Eleanor?
It's
Oh
what is it?
man.
What, the three horsemen? Is that what we called ourselves at one time? Yeah,
I think we were originally called the Three
the
Musketeers.
Three Musketeers. Okay, all right.
Now, if Ted happens to join us, then we'll have D'Artagnan too.
Okay, okay, all right.
So, are you
So,
going to show us your phone or tell us about your phone or what?
well, he's on the phone,
I
is he
did. I'm
not?
on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
I'm on
on it.
Did you get the
Now,
orange one? Yeah.
You're
No.
on the 17 Pro Max, yes?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I just got the regular one, so he's got the fancy one. Will can afford this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know now. They might reto it because he took today off. You know.
Oh
You know
yeah,
how
that's
fast
true.
Mike saw how fast I flipped them phones.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I
true.
was. Yeah. Yeah. You
Mike, the
saw.
one I just got rid of the other one today. It took me about 20 minutes.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me
What's
at all.
the other one that you got rid of today?
My Pro Max,
Oh,
my
okay,
old
yeah.
ones.
Yeah. And
I'll
he
be
has wife.
I'll be sending mine in next week. I just want to make sure I at least do one camera comparison before I send the other one in.
Yeah, I'll ship them out tomorrow morning, and that will be that.
Cool.
Did your kids get any phones?
No, my son has the 16E, and my daughter has the 14.
Oh, okay, cool.
Your son has a 16E, huh?
Yeah.
How was that? Honestly,
Well, he
well,
likes it. He likes it. I mean, I never really used it. He don't have no complaints, but he's not. He's not into it like that. So he don't.
no, I know, but
Yes.
I was just wondering, if did you play around with it? Is it like a big difference? I mean, is it? I mean,
And they're
Well, the
both what?
screen is
14. They're
yeah, they're
both 14 or okay.
I like the size of it.
mhm.
It's an iPhone though. You know what you're getting.
That's right. You like smaller. That's right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
actually, this Pro Max, it reminds me of is it the 7 where it was like rounded on the sides? It's not
Mhm.
square.
Okay. Yeah.
Not square on the sides, so it's comfortable.
Okay. Cool. Good.
Well,
And when they round it, it gives it a totally different feel in the hand. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
George. Well, George, you got spy versus spy, just like in that, one, you got an Apple guy, you got a diehard Google Pixel guy. Hey, on your show tonight, where's bad news? Was it Gary? Where's Gary tonight? How come he
Gary
didn't-
doesn't come in very much anymore.
Gary's waiting for the Pixel Fold. I had texted him a couple weeks ago.
Oh no!
Telegram, yeah.
Wow.
Well, in his case, that makes perfect sense. Though that's you'd expect him to get that.
Well, to be honest with you, George, too, I wanted Pixel Fold, and again, another
Google scared you off.
Google,
Yeah.
not just your problems, Will, but Google messed up. They should have that. That's their premier phone. That phone should have been out first, and maybe this phone, and then the Pixel 10 and an EXL a little later on.
But I
Okay.
think you know what it is. They figured that they're not going to sell as many of those anyway. They didn't even
that's
put the
true.
watch out. They didn't even put the watch out until
They're October. I know, which makes
crazy.
true, and you have a valid point, Will. Yeah, this is true. This is what more people are going to go for, and you do have a point. People are going to go for these
That's the
versus.
thing. This year, both Google with the base 10 and iPhone with the base iPhone, they both did a great job. I got to give them both credit.
Yeah, but Google failed, man. 128 is not it. That's why
No,
I was
that's
telling Mike
true.
earlier. I was telling
The
Mike
only reason that I
if
can
I
deal with
have-
128 is because I change phones like 3 times a week.
But if I have if I have $800 and I'm gonna choose, I'm not gonna pick a Pixel.
Oh, wait a
Why would
minute.
I
Wait a
choose a
minute.
phone with half
Now
the
we got the
storage?
Three Musketeers
Oh,
and
with
D'Artagnan is here.
With half the storage. Nobody's doing that. What's going on, Ted?
Holy smokes!
We've got all of us here.
Hey Ted, how you doing?
I can drink to that. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing all right.
Like you're drinking lemonade or something.
Yes, it
Me
is.
too.
Wow.
Is it hot in Texas?
And I'm drinking green tea. So I guess we're all pretty healthy here.
Nobody's doing that, Mike. Nobody's gonna say I'll take the phone with half the storage.
Yeah.
for the same
Bri-
price. Mm-mm.
Yeah, Brian says Google Fold sales are weak, and then he said 128 gigabyte is awful. Like I said, the only reason I can deal with 128 because I change phones multiple times a week.
Mhm.
And Brian says also,
That iPhone
What?
17 is gonna sell like crazy.
of course it is. Everybody's recommending it to sell too. You know,
Hey Ted, what phone are you using? What?
Still the Think phone, Lenovo Think
Oh,
phone.
you still have that
I
going?
think-
Oh, that's
okay,
cool.
you still have that. Eleanor
Yeah.
said this is a great night. Hi Ted.
Hey, Eleanor, how's it going?
Her birthday
Mike, what do
was
you got?
2
What are
days
you
ago.
using, Mike?
Right now I got the 10 Pro.
Oh,
I
you
do have
kept it.
yeah. Well,
You like the
I did.
size, right?
I kept it because I dropped it, and I put a nick at the bottom here.
What,
And I'm
you,
like,
you were going to get rid of it?
you know what, Ted? Ted. I mean, George. I'm sorry. Let me start. Let me say this.
Wait. We're going to be like Lucy and Ricky. Okay, Lucy, let me explain.
Let me explain here. Yeah, I got the phone, and I'm like, okay, this is nice, and all the dumb stuff started happening with Google, like especially like with Will, and some of the other things that have been pointed out. So I got my 8 Pro still. I have my 8 Pro, and I've been that's on my primary. This is my kind of like my secondary, my secondary line. So I'm like using this phone, and I'm using the 8 Pro, and I'm using this, and I'm like going, why?
What's the difference?
It's almost that point. And then one day, this past weekend, I'm trying to walk out there with that phone. It's not. I don't have a case on it. I was waiting for my wallet to come in because having something back here like a wallet helps me have a better grip. Anyway, so I dropped it on the stones, and I'm thinking to myself, are they going to take it back? I mean, I could have tried to return it, but I'm like, all right,
Well,
let me
as long
just.
as you like it. So
I
what
like
we're saying
it.
is
I like it.
walk and chew gum, but you can't walk and carry a phone. I got it.
No, you're right. That's true. I like it, but comparatively,
It's the same.
it's the same. There's a few other things that it does have. I mean, don't ask me right now. I mean, I was worried about battery life, and it gets me through a day easily. But let me see what it does after 200 charge cycles.
Yeah, well, that's
I'm
true.
telling
That
you,
is true.
that is the craziest thing I don't know. To me, that's crazy. I don't understand it. George, you
I
always
think-
read these articles, so I don't understand. I showed y'all in the chat.
They should never have explained the whole thing. They should have just let it go, especially since they're.
Well, no, because that's what Apple
especially
did, and
since
they got in trouble. So
Mhm.
once they would have got found out, it would have been a bigger
Yeah,
deal.
that's true. Yeah, well,
But I'm saying
Apple got in a lot of trouble for that. Yeah.
200 charge cycles is not enough to be like crippling your battery or crippling your performance, whatever they're doing. That's crazy.
Brian did say thin phone is solid, but then Brian said, so in other words, Pixel now is like iPhone, barely any upgrades. Well, you can't say that this year. iPhone did the best upgrades of anybody this year.
Yeah, well, he's referring to like the upgrade, and you do hear that with a lot of content creators, people on YouTube talking about that. There are subtle differences, but there's not a whole lot of difference.
Right.
So.
Well, keep
Apple
in
came
mind,
out
I
swinging
turned in
this
the
year.
Pixel 9 Pro, but I only because I wanted the newer phone.
I want to hear from Ted. I haven't heard much from you. What have you been up to? I'm not on X anymore or Twitter. I don't know.
He's a big bicycle guy now. He belongs to bicycle clubs and all kinds.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, I actually did not know the iPhone event happened until after the fact when
Really?
So
Wow.
I was pretty
You're
out
a
of it.
busy guy.
So that was the kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like, I guess not refreshing, but I was just like, I didn't realize like how out of the loop I've been.
Mhm.
But yeah, overall, I hear like you guys seem to be happy overall about what Apple is doing with the new iPhones.
Yeah.
And on the sale wise, though, I feel like this past month it's just been sale after sale on the MacBooks, not on iPhones. Funny
Oh,
enough,
really? Okay. So are you getting one?
The word
Not
is they're
yet,
about to
but
put out a
those sales
touchscreen.
are really good. Like I'm talking about 256 gigabyte,
Yeah, I did
MacBook
see one the
Pro
other day
M4
that looked
Air
really
for like
good.
$800. I'm like, okay, well, I can go for that.
Yeah, and well, you said not yet, which means there's one coming at some point.
Yeah.
Will,
Well,
why you keep moving around?
He's
No,
pacing
I'm
the
listening to
floor.
you guys. I'm listening to
He's
you
pacing. He's
guys.
pacing the floor. He's got that Apple itch. You know what I mean? You know that.
He's got a new phone right in front of him. I
Oh
mean, come
Uh-huh.
on.
man, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
I know. I know what you mean, Ted, about being out of the loop a little bit because sometimes you get there's so much that's changed for me as far as like I don't make videos like I used. I don't make videos. I don't know what else to say. I don't make videos.
Like I
And,
used to. You don't make them at
Yeah.
all.
By the
yeah.
by the way, folks, I gotta tell you, I guess it was Saturday. I think it was Saturday. He's out doing an Amazon run. I guess he took Patty with him,
Yeah.
and the run gets canceled. And the only reason we know that is because Patty typed it in that the run got canceled. So what does Mike do? What time in the morning was this, Mike?
Probably about
When he was going to get a
7:30.
cheesesteak.
Yeah,
Okay, so
about
11:30 in the morning.
7:30, 8 o'clock.
He's in front of a camera eating a cheesesteak sandwich, and he said, "Breakfast of champions."
That's right. That's right.
And,
Well,
and Patty said, the next thing I know, he's eating a cheesesteak sandwich.
It's so funny. She wants to go down
Of
out.
course, he did buy that in Philly. Let's remember.
But Pat Steaks, and what gave me an opportunity to get a good breakfast and
Yeah.
a tryout. I did some video. I don't know if I forget where I shared it. I think it was Threads and maybe
I did see.
Instagram.
I think it
A
was
little
on
video.
Instagram.
I did a little video test, so it was a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have to say, it's been years since I had a Pat Steaks, and I don't know if I got a good cook because the last time I was there was like 2 pieces of meat and a little bit of cheese. And it was all bread.
But how many years ago was that?
Probably almost 10 years. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's probably a different chef.
So and it was so cool to go there. It was so cool as far as like there were only a few people walking. You could see people walking their dogs. Most people are out walking their dogs. People were out just it was just a different vibe and just so nice of a morning. It was just so neat to sit out there and
Well, nobody expects a long line for cheesesteak sandwiches at 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, I know. So I was giddy because when the happened was the Amazon trailer supposedly never showed up, and
You got paid anyway. Patty said.
yes, as a rule, if they overbook or if there is a technical issue like that, they will pay you, and you will get credit that you actually did the run because there's a point system they have anyway. But the biggest thing was it was probably the easiest $75 I made.
That's awesome.
So I went out and bought a $20 cheesesteak.
Yeah, I was
it
about
was
to
worth
say
it,
you
I'll
probably
bet you.
spent a big chunk of it on that.
Yeah.
cheesesteak.
The cheesesteaks ain't cheap there, but it was well worth it. It was really good. So
Cool.
So if we do a third of the 60, so 20, 40, 60, so it would have been 25. So you saved, I know you saved 25 to give to the tax man later. So
Yeah.
$20 to the cheesesteak, that leaves you with 40.
Well, I almost got a receipt and added it as a write off, but I said, no, I don't want to push this one.
No, that's a good idea.
There you go.
No, don't worry. There's a lot of meals. I got a lot of meal receipts. So
It's something Ted would have done. You can count on it.
yeah. So yeah, Amazon, this whole thing. And again, I always say I blame Will. I tell everybody I blame Will for all this.
Yeah.
man.
Will's the guy who got you started.
Will got me started. Will said, and I said, what is it like? I go, hey, Dad, you go around. He told me some of the stories. I said, all right. I've been kind of like on the fence because I was worried, like, what am I getting myself into? I'm delivering people's food. What am I getting? And man, it just whole thing was like a bug. It bit hard, and
And now, how many different places do you deliver for? Name the places you deliver for
well,
now.
I was okay. I was delivering for DoorDash and Grubhub. I did a little Instacart. That was a disaster.
Okay.
That's a story for another day.
Okay.
And then I did that for quite a while,
Yes, you did.
and then I was then watching, of course, watching YouTube videos about all these other app companies, and I saw about Amazon Flex. I said, all right, let me see. And I waited 1 year. I put I applied in October of 23. In September of 24, I finally got the email saying we're onboarding new
Really?
drivers. Yes.
Wow.
So I started delivering, mixing deliveries between, not, and I mean mixing is like I would do like a time block of all Grubhub, let's say, and then
Right.
I'll be a night, and then I say, all right, hon, we're going to try this Amazon out. And
Right.
as more I did the Amazon, more of the things I kind of picked up, and where I'm very, 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 I can't say how fortunate I am where I live, because they base the warehouses where you live. So,
Okay.
like, I mean, there's gazillion warehouses down in Delaware.
Right.
Okay, and there's a bunch of them down by um, where my mom well used to live, Millville and
Right.
Vineland. There's a bunch of Amazon. It's probably some at the
This
Jersey
is all
Shore.
South Jersey, folks, for people who
Right.
aren't familiar. Outside of
So
Philly.
so the two primary ones are I'm going to one is in Logan Township and the other one is in West Deptford Township, and they seem to be. I figured out where they're going, and the thing is, I want to go deliver these packages, and I deliver it, and I get done. Most of the time, I try to get done early, and I get paid,
Right.
and I don't have to worry about a tip. I don't have to worry about a phone call and say, "Where's my food?"
Right.
It's just a lot less aggravation.
Okay.
And I'm like going, this is good. And just slowly DoorDash and Amazon, DoorDash and Grubhub and all those food apps kind of like went away. I just got an email a few days ago from Grubhub saying if I don't do a delivery, they're going to suspend, not deactivate me, but suspend my account.
I
And
saw a little
so
video the other day from somebody who was saying that DoorDash isn't worth doing much anymore.
no, and that's the other problem is they pay you $2 to $3 a delivery day as in DoorDash. It
Yeah, I
puts it
told you, Mike. It's trash.
it
Unless you get a big tip,
it
it's
heavily puts it on the customer to pay you
yeah,
to pay to
yeah.
make up the
Right.
difference. So that's the other thing. I mean, I'm I now know where these warehouses are going out of. That's why
Right.
I'm going to South Philly, and it's always in the mornings, early morning runs. They're coming back to Jersey. So you got a lot of people in PA that don't want to come
Right.
back,
Oh, yeah.
go to Jersey, and Amazon doesn't want to pay for the toll.
Right.
So I'll take that. I keep that receipt. I try to slip that in. My tax man does what
Now,
he does.
which bridge are you crossing? The Benjamin Franklin or
Walt Whitman.
Walt
I'm,
Whitman? Okay.
you know where the auto, Essington Avenue.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not far from that at all from
Okay.
that warehouse.
Okay.
So
I went to the tennis tournament in January in Philly 11 years in a row, so I
mhm.
know that bridge quite well.
And I do another side hustle called Roadie, and
Okay.
they won't brag about it, but they're owned by UPS,
Oh,
and all these packages mostly. Okay, follow along here. The Postal Service has their own package. They promote we'll deliver packages. Well, the
right.
Postal Service can't handle delivering packages, and packages can be no. I'm talking packages like this size and
Okay.
bigger, and a little bit bigger. I mean, I delivered TVs, but the TVs were labeled UPS, but the Postal Service will give it to UPS. UPS gives it to either their drivers in the brown truck or people like me.
Okay.
I know Will's going to get a kick out of this one. So I'm doing this Roadie app, and I'm having all kinds of problems. The app is trash in plain English. So for the most part, the app is trash.
Okay.
But I had the guy at the loading dock, and I'm trying to scan, it won't scan. With the barcode would not scan. And the
Wow.
guy goes, "Go get an iPhone. They work real well."
No wonder Rolf
course.
was like that.
You should have pulled out your Pixel.
And to be honest with you, Will,
Oh man.
until just now, I mean, I took my iPhone, my iPhone, I switched. That's the line I switched. It was my iPhone line.
All right, so
Um,
Roadie, you said is under UPS, right?
Yes.
All right, so what we're saying is the Roadie app has its ups and downs. Okay.
Oh God.
Okay.
You know, I had
Oh
to
my
get that
God.
in. I didn't even get a
So what were
reaction.
you
from
saying,
Ted.
Mike?
He just ignored it.
Yeah, he
Jeez.
had to get one in there. Hey, it's the night's complete. All four of us are here. He got
He
a
had to.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's that the Roadie app is it's not the best. It's not the best. I use it as a supplemental. Like if when I have those weekends, I need to make lots of money and play English. I'll do that, and I'll still do an Amazon run. So,
Brian said
Will's testing for center stage.
center stage feature. Yeah, I'm kind of excited for that.
Yeah, the camera's pretty good, George. I was messing with it.
Yeah. Now, did you try taking a portrait and it still comes out right?
Oh no, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't done no.
Tim, take a portrait. He doesn't want to be in a picture.
When I went out to eat, I didn't have it set up yet. My wife had hers, but I didn't have mine set up yet.
Oh, okay. Now, does she have the same one?
Yeah.
Okay. But this guy is good to his family when it comes to Apple.
Yeah.
He keeps it all in the family.
Eleanor
my
said
watch.
you guys
My
are
watch
going to
is-
make me get an iPhone.
No.
There you go.
That
There
would be
you
a
go.
real
Just
miracle.
do it. Just
No.
do
That
it.
would be a real
Do it.
miracle.
Don't do it.
Just
Don't do
just
it.
do it.
I have
Just do it.
tried to give her an iPhone many times and she won't let me.
Don't do it.
Just do it. Just do it. It's so much better.
No, just do it as Nike. Okay, sorry.
It's so much better.
So what else?
Much better.
What else everybody's up to? Well, I got probably about 5 more minutes.
I'm up to 6'3". Okay.
Are you really? You grew another inch.
Mike, how's mom? Mike,
No,
how's
actually,
mom?
I've lost an inch in the last 10 years.
Oh no
I used
way.
to be 6'4".
Mom is doing okay.
I was
Elmer and I are
just
praying for
talking.
her.
I was talking about you this when I was eating. I told my wife, I said I gotta check in with Mike and see how his mom's doing.
We're waiting for some results still, and I got to call my brother and find out why we're waiting so long. That's my
Now,
bad.
where is she now?
She's at my brother's.
Okay, good.
We're moving Mom from her home in Millville, little by little. And I'll just use your platform. Anybody who's listening to this and want to move to South Jersey or live in South Jersey, and you're 55 and older, is a really nice home down in Millville. I can't
He's
believe.
advertising his mother's house.
I can't believe way the going price for homes are. And my mom's selling a 2-bedroom home, large living room, large kitchen, what we call the den, an extra room in the back, an upstairs attic that you can convert to extra rooms if you wanted to, or it's got plenty of storage.
Like you did.
Yeah, like I did, but my mom's upstairs attic can be a room. You could put a flat roof, a flat ceiling, not 1.8 like this.
Yeah, well, you and I just barely fit in yours.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it's going for like 159. I mean, where can you get a? Yeah.
I didn't think anybody's house went for that nowadays.
Well,
Why is it from NYC?
Well, it is a modular home. You don't own the land. You pay. You do pay a fee for the land, the maintenance, the part of the part of the taxes and water. She does pay water and sewer through that fee that not a HOA, but basically
it's so that like an HOA,
right. And the problem that I think we're having, and this is why I still stick to my theory, is a lot of people who have a loved one be it their parents, most of them are parents, and we're in that position. We want to sell the home. Okay, I'm not trying to be more. The parent, let's say the parent passed away.
Right.
Now that now you own this home, you just want to get rid of it. You just
Right.
want to, and people are just coming in there and just selling the home at any price. Well, that has an effect in the neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah, that
know,
makes
it
sense.
has an
Yeah.
overall effect,
And that is
and
what people do when their parents pass away and leave them a house.
yeah, they just whatever it takes to sell it. I just want to get out of it. Just be done
Yeah.
with this. I don't want to be paying. Mind you, if that, again, if that happened to us, we would have to pay because
Yeah,
the will.
and as Eleanor said, Jersey taxes are high.
Yeah,
For
well,
those of you who don't know, Eleanor and I are from North Jersey. These guys are from South.
oh well, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So anyway, anybody's looking for a nice home. It's only 17 years old. It was built for them. So
Cool.
look me up.
Okay,
So
there you go.
listen, I gotta go.
All right.
I really gotta get going. But look, it was great coming in here.
So glad all of us were together. For
Yeah,
a
right.
change.
Don't end the show. Yeah, please go keep on going. But I just wanted to put it out there. I'm not on X. I'm sort of on Facebook, but you can find me on Threads mostly. I
That's what
really
I'm saying.
like
He is on Instagram and Threads.
Instagram, Threads, and I'm trying to do some Blue Sky. But yeah, Threads is the way you can get a hold of me. So, guys, just because I like.
I had a birthday and now I'm an old fart, but it does sound good though, Mike. She calls herself an old fart. I'm 9 years older than her.
Oh, don't worry. Listen, we're now okay. You, me, we're the old farts. These two down here, they're the youngins. These two are the youngins over here. Okay, so
My son is your age, Mike.
all right. Listen, I'm gonna go. I'll see everybody. I'll shoot some pictures maybe with the 10 Pro tomorrow while I'm out delivering. Maybe I get lucky. I don't have to deliver again. I'll get another cheesesteak. I'll see you guys.
Have a good weekend.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Will, you're still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, George.
Brian saying, is Crawford the GOAT now? Is he aiming that at
Oh
you?
man. I don't think Crawford is the GOAT, but he won. I mean, Canelo isn't what he was, but yeah, Crawford looked amazing. The fight was boring though.
Oh,
It was
was it?
very
Okay.
boring. Yeah, it was boring. It was very boring.
Eleanor said, I must admit, though you guys have made me feel very loved. That's good.
Oh, yeah. Happy we accomplished something.
Crawford.
And Brian's still talking about Crawford. He had to. Oh, I did hear something. I don't follow fights, but I did hear something about him moving up to weight class.
Yeah,
and
he went up
won.
2
And he
weights,
won the
yeah.
fight, right? He won the
Yeah,
fight on
yeah.
decision, right? Okay.
Yeah, he pretty much dominated the fight, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it was unanimous, wasn't it? I thought.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
I think it was 113, 115 twice, and then I forget the other card.
Okay. Cool. All right. Should we go back to stories? All right. I was in the middle of my meta story, so I'm going to go back to the meta story. See if I can bring this back up. Okay, there it is. All right. I didn't even start it. All right. This was what I thought was the big story of the week. So, Meta held its annual Meta Connect event keynote today, hosted by Meta CEO and standard human Mark Zuckerberg. Included in its event were new smart glasses, including the new Meta Ray-Ban display smart glasses that actually feature a built-in display, along with a pair of Oakley branded Meta Vanguard smart glasses that wrap around your face and feature a dead center camera. And this is from 2 days ago, but there are videos out there showing these off already. The Ray-Ban display features a heads-up display embedded within the right-hand lens. And who was showing? MKBHD was showing that. The company teased them at the start of the presentation, seemingly live streaming a video from Zuckerberg's point of view as he walked to the event stage. He had all kinds of problems because I kept tuning in and they were having all kinds of problems with overlays showing things like his currently playing music and people sending text messages and images to him. Now, keep in mind, this is all in the right eye. Describing them later, he said they're the first smart glasses with a high resolution display. They show images at 42 pixels per degree. Degree, I gather, is a measure of pixel density in VR headsets. I did not know that. And that it's large enough to watch a video or read messages. Things like text messages will appear for a few seconds before disappearing, and you can look at pictures you've just taken with them. Naturally, they're AI powered so that you can chat with Meta AI through them. They're not full-on AR, so you won't see the words on street signs morph on people's names or people's names appear above their heads, Cyberpunk 2077 style, but they're a step in that direction. Outside of the display, Meta said the display features a 6-microphone array with open-ear speakers, a 12-megapixel camera with 3 times zoom, and up to 6 hours of continuous mixed-use battery life, while the charging case is good for up to 30 hours of battery life. The Ray-Ban display can be controlled with the new wristband device. MKBHD was showing how you can do the tap things with your fingers by the band, and it would show up in your glasses. So that was good. Called the Neural Band, that can interpret subtle movements from your hand. As part of that, Zuckerberg used his hand to mimic writing words out on a hard surface, generating text messages during a live demo. Now, when MKD was showing, he didn't show it on screen, but he was writing with his finger on his leg, and he said it was showing up in his glasses, which was kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah. The company has been working on surface electromyography tech to pull off such a trick. The band's capability is similar to Apple Watch gestures. Yeah, it is. Like tapping your thumb and forefinger together to do basic things like answer calls. Time will tell how accurate it actually is in practice, but it looked impressive in an otherwise somewhat fraught demo. Yeah, he had lots of problems with his demos that included Zuckerberg failing to answer a phone call. It's like I jumped back in there like 3 or 4 times, and every single time he was having some kind of problem with it, trying to show something off. Featuring that display is not without compromises. As seen in Meta's demo of its Orion glasses last year, these new Ray-Bans need a lot more hardware to make a display work, and all that electronic junk has to go somewhere. This means very chunky frames that are 20 grams heavier than their screenless predecessors, because last year it didn't have a screen. Although Meta clearly did its best to move as much as it could to the temples, it'll be key for the company to have balanced this right, as those sensitive to weight might not be able to stand them. They may not look out of place on your standard Jeff Goldblum head, but for the average person who isn't used to calling that much attention to their face or bearing that much weight on their nose and ears, they'll test just how adeptly life finds a way. The Ray-Ban display will come in 2 colors, black and tan, and will be available in stores with or without prescription lenses on September 30th for $700, so $800, $799. So I won't be buying them. They do sound kind of cool, and what I saw of MKBHD, it looked pretty cool. Let's see. Mike is saying, by the way, I was on my Samsung Tab. Oh, he was on his Tab S9 FE. Clement Clutch. Catch you all later. And then he said, Brian, to me, it was all too political. Feeds was getting forced to me. I really like Threads. Okay. Oh, okay. I guess he means on Blue Sky. So, all right. I'm not going to read all the rest of this, but that was the big presentation of the week. And I should go on with some. It did have a couple of other things. Okay, yeah. Then there are the Oakley Meta Vanguard glasses. They look more utilitarian than the existing Oakley Meta HSTN, departing from the Ray-Ban-like frames and taking on a sportier wraparound design with bright reflective tint and a big camera embedded in the center, which I guess is the big thing. The idea here is that these would be better for folks like cyclists, like me or Ted, who might want a scented camera for taking video of their workouts and value blocking sunlight in their peripheral vision too. Sounds like it might work for you, Ted.
Yeah, but the glasses are so like weird looking, aggressive looking.
Well, I gather they're better than they were a year ago. Oh, and I guess
I mean, they have an Oakley look. Like, Oakley look is not me.
okay, I got you. And
More of a
Ryan
Ray-Ban
said,
man.
oh, Will said, I guess Blue Sky kicked you out, Will?
No, the stream kicked him out.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, are you back? I thought you were talking about Blue Sky.
Oh man, I'm listening, and
How'd you
George
get
is like, "Yeah, Blue Sky kicked her out." I'm like, "What?"
How'd you get kicked out?
I don't know. I don't know. I was there 1 minute, and then when I looked at the thing, it said I was backstage.
Okay, that's weird.
I was listening
didn't
to
touch
you.
any.
You know,
I hadn't touched
I don't know what
anything.
happened. I heard Mike was, I just seen Mike's thing about why he didn't like Twitter.
Blue Sky, I think it was. Okay. Camera is the star of the show. So anyway, that's for people who like bike riding. So, and that ends it up. That ends up at $499, $500. So, and that's up for pre-order now. That was the Vanguard, right? That's the van. Now there's one other. Oh yeah, Zuckerberg also showed off new second generation Ray-Ban Meta, which recorded video at 3K resolution using a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. They've got twice the battery life of the first gen versions. The company says up to 8 hours on the charge with a charging case that extends that by 48 hours. He also showcased new features such as conversation focus, which he said can amplify the voice of someone you're talking with in a busy restaurant, for example. Yeah, a lot of phones are starting to, and earbuds are starting to do that too. The feature doesn't work automatically. You have to pause your conversation and ask Meta AI to activate conversation focus. That's weird. Nothing awkward about that. Yeah, that sounds awkward. Anyway, that ends up being at $379. So you've got three choices that came out of the event. So if you guys are interested, I guess go to Meta and check them out.
Boo.
Go ahead, Ted.
Definitely not checking those out.
Okay, yeah, I'm not spending the money. All right. Do we want to go on with stories?
Yeah.
All right. Ted, you want to take the next one? The next one I have is the BlackBerry Unihertz one. You want to take that one
Did you
or
get
me?
that phone yet?
No, it's not coming till next month.
Mm-hmm. Delay. Yep, I can take it.
Okay, new BlackBerry type product, but it's not really a delay because I had it wrong. They had said originally it was going to be October from Kickstarter, but I gather I only paid like half of what they would charge now because I got it on Kickstarter. So whenever you're ready.
Okay.
I'm dropping into reader view now. You got it? Ted,
Nope.
are you awake? You look asleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't share it.
You know what? I sure didn't. I have it up, but I didn't share it. You're absolutely right. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay.
Thank you. So a BlackBerry revival seems to be taking hold by Alan Friedman, thanks in part to the Clicks keyboard case, which has a physical QWERTY keyboard to certain iPhone, Pixel, Galaxy, and Razr models. There's not been something of a demand for a smartphone with a real keyboard, not just a virtual one. Unihertz, whose original Titan was a clone of the BlackBerry Passport, right down to the 4.5-inch 1440 and 1440 resolution square display and the wide physical keyboard, released a Titan 2 early this year via a Kickstarter campaign.
And that's the one that I'll be getting. And I've never had a BlackBerry. That's what made me want to try this one out. So
And
go
you
ahead.
never will, I guess.
Yeah.
A company called Zinwa Technologies this past summer raised the temperature of BlackBerry aficionados by announcing plans to take hold BlackBerry models, replace the application processor with a more up-to-date chipset, install Android 13 to replace the BlackBerry operating system, and increase the amount of internal storage. The first phone to undergo this process is the BlackBerry Q20, also known as the BlackBerry Classic, which will be called the Zinwa Q25 Pro and carry a $420 price tag. The Zinwa Q25 Pro will be powered by a MediaTek G99 SoC and sport 12 gigabytes of RAM compared to only 2 gigabytes on the original model. 256 gigabytes of internal storage is also included, which is up from 16 gigabytes on the model originally released by BlackBerry. The Q25 Pro will feature a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, up from 2,500 milliamp hour batteries found on the Q20. The phone will ship this month. The next blade to get modernized will be the BlackBerry Passport. The Passport remains popular to this day, with many unsold and refurbished units still changing hands. With the big display and the unique hybrid physical and virtual keyboard, the Passport is a unicorn and might have too much of one to catch on when released in 2014. An outstanding phone for business types and others, the wider display allows users to see more of a spreadsheet that has been photographed or an X-ray that has been shared. Unfortunately, the lingering demand for the Passport means that Zinwa cannot source enough Passport cases and is selling the Passport revision as a kit that will be marketed as the P26. That means you'll have to settle for revising your own Passport instead of purchasing one already modernized. It should be pointed out that Zinwa is also offering a $300 kit for the BlackBerry Q20. The P26 kit for the Passport will work with the first generation model only and cannot be used with the Passport Silver Edition. Oh. Could a new BlackBerry phone survive in 2025? Kevin Michaluk, founding editor of Crackberry and a co-founder of the Clicks keyboard case, started a petition drive at the BlackBerry.com.
Oh, and I should also mention he's one of the co-founders of Clicks Keyboard, and so is Mr. Mobile.
Michaluk wants to see if there's enough interest from consumers to revive the BlackBerry name on a series of modern phones with an up-to-date specs and a physical keyboard. While BlackBerry has divested itself of the assets it would need to resume designing and producing smartphones, Kevin said that if he finds that there's enough demand, he would be interested in putting together a licensing deal or partnership to bring back BlackBerry phones. A new BlackBerry phone would face the same challenges that caused BlackBerry to drop making phones to concentrate on software and security. The number of consumers interested in using a physical QWERTY is overwhelmed by the number who prefer a virtual keyboard. Additionally, a new BlackBerry model will need to take on the iPhone, Pixel, and Galaxy cameras. Despite the success of the Clicks keyboard, a new BlackBerry would need to show consumers why they need to use a physical keyboard instead of a virtual one. At one time, telling consumers that it's easier to write long messages on a physical QWERTY might have been enough, but after 18 years of tapping on glass, sorry, Steve Ballmer, most smartphone users have become rather adept at writing quickly and accurately using a virtual keyboard. I bought the Clicks case for my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I've had several phones with a physical keyboard, including the OG Motorola Droid, the Droid 3, and the Droid 4. The latter had a great QWERTY. Last year, I purchased the Clicks keyboard for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and while I enjoyed it using it close for a year, I realized that I type faster using the virtual keyboard.
So, yeah, I thought about getting it for my iPhone 15 Pro Max, but I think it's like $100 for the keyboard, so I didn't get it. So anyway, so if he's successful, maybe I will own the BlackBerry one day. Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway, I just thought it was interesting that there seems to be a lot of interest in bringing this stuff back. So next month when I get my new one, I'll show that one off too. And it does seem to look very much like a BlackBerry phone. Will, are you still there?
No, he's
Will.
not.
No, he's gone. Okay. Well, we had him for a while, so that's good. Okay. Nothing. I just said, is nothing breaking the mold again with the Nothing Ear 3 earbuds, and I found the story on Android Central. They just came out with these this week. So, Nothing's Ear 3 case packs a major mic upgrade that's bound to raise eyebrows. Well, that's what Nothing is all about. By James Bongolto. I think I would have said his name enough times to get it right. The Nothing Ear 3 is bringing a new mic to the party. Let's drop it into read it for you. Okay. Ahead of the official launch, Nothing has teased the Ear 3 Super Mic, and now they've released it. Feature. This might finally be the answer to what that rumored talk button actually does. So on that case, there's a talk button. Late last week, Nothing revealed an Ear 3 preview highlighting a talk button, but offered no clues about what it does. In classic Nothing fashion, the company teased the Super Mic feature on X with an image of a woman appearing to speak into an open Ear 3 case while wearing the earbuds, and I guess that's part of the picture. True to its marketing style, Nothing shares the image alongside a cryptic line, Ear 3 with Super Mic, and you can't see that. Now they can hear you, hinting at a big boost of voice clarity. You can't see the button because her finger is covering it, I believe. The image shows the woman's thumb, resting on the talk button, so I guess there. But the Super Mic isn't visible since it's on the opposite side of the case. I did see a quick video today. Somebody demoed it, and it seemed pretty good, I have to say. A mic grill on the case suggests the Super Mic is built in. The real question is whether the earbuds still have their own mics or if all the audio input is handled by a case itself. I saw a video, and the earbuds do have their own mics, but I gather the mic on the case is much better because he did demo both, and it sounded way better when you were using the mic on the case.
Okay.
Fixing a flaw. Nothing says the Super Mic will keep voices clear on calls anyway, and that sounded like it might be true watching the video. Aiming to fix the mic problems that dogged the Ear 2. Yeah, the Ear 2 wasn't great. Whether it truly solved them still needs real-world testing. I have the Ear 3, and they're pretty good. GSM Arena suspects the talk button might double as a push-to-talk trigger for a walkie-talkie mode, and also from the video I saw, that's also true. If so, how it ties into software and supported apps is still a mystery, and answers should land with the Ear 3 revealed tomorrow, September 18th. So that would be yesterday for us. This was written on Wednesday. Nothing's Ear 3 sticks with the brand's iconic transparent style, but the charging case has been overhauled, now sporting a Super Mic and a talk button that's well apart from the last model. Furthermore, a revamped metal antenna gives the earbuds a slimmer form factor without sacrificing wireless performance. I can't remember the name of the guy whose video I saw, but it looked pretty good to me in the video. I was riding around in the back of the van when they were driving me to pick up cars today, and I happened to see that video. So it looked pretty good to me. And they didn't mention the price here, but I think it's only like $179. So from what I saw, I would say it's worth it. And I could see myself picking them up, in a month or two. So interesting. All right. You want to take the AI contractors, or you want me to take it because I have 17 years experience as a programming contractor?
You go ahead. You can take this one.
All right. This is kind of my expertise. I had 2 years as a programming contractor before I left New York, New Jersey, and then I had 15 straight years in Florida. So I have a lot of experience. Google cuts its AI contractors. This is, and I said, this is why contractors are hired. After all, you'll get what I mean when we get into the story. I think these guys are a bunch of babies. Just my opinion. I'll explain why as we go. So this was on Phone Arena. Google's contractor layoffs reveal the messy human side of the AI boom. The push for AI supremacy is leaving a trail of insecure jobs. Anybody who's a programming contractor has an insecure job. We all know that. And disgruntled workers in its wake. Written by Joanna Romero and was published yesterday. Let me drop it into reader view. This story really aggravated me, I guess because I have so much experience. Google's AI development just hit a human roadblock as over 200 contractors who train its models have been laid off. The move comes amid a bitter fight over low pay. Usually contractors get paid more than most employees. At least that's my experience. Poor working conditions and claims that their unionizing efforts were actively suppressed. Now, this is what aggravated me. You're a contractor. You're subcontracting from a contracting firm. You're not an employee. So the whole purpose of hiring contractors is you write a contract that says we can fire you any day for any reason, and we don't have to tell you anything. Every single contractor who's a programmer has to sign that contract to get a job. So I don't know what they're talking about unionizing. That sounds stupid to me. This is what aggravated me about this. Contractors know they're being hired so they can be fired at any given moment with nothing explained to them. And they all tell you that. So I don't know what their problem is. The humans behind the AI are being fired. The magic behind Google's Gemini and AI overviews isn't just code, it's people with expertise. But now many of those people are out of a job after being laid off without warning. Well, that's what your contract says, doesn't it? From Global Logic, a company Google outsources its AI rating work to. So Google hires Global Logic, and Global Logic hires all these guys all these bunch of babies who are whining. These contractors, many hold master's degrees or PhDs, act as super raters. Their job is to evaluate and rewrite AI responses to ensure they are accurate, helpful, and sound human. According to a Wired report, the layoffs come after workers began organizing. Who ever heard of contractors organizing? To protest significant pay disparities and job insecurity. As a contractor, you go somewhere else with a different contract. Simple. One laid-off worker, Andrew Lazone, said he was simply cut off and told it was due to a ramp down on the project. Workers allege these layoffs are direct retaliation for their attempt to unionize and demand better conditions, which they claim were actively quashed by the company. What I'm not getting is, how can you unionize when you don't even work for Google in the first place? You work for a subcontractor. It makes no sense at all to me. The invisible foundation of the AI boom is shaky. This isn't just another corporate layoff. It pulls back the curtain on the often hidden human labor that powers the entire AI industry. These are skilled individuals doing the critical work of teaching AI models, preventing them from going off the rails. Well, not always. When confronted, Google distanced itself with a spokesperson saying the workers are employees of Global Logic, that's right, or their subcontractors, not Alphabet. That's the whole purpose of contractors. This kind of layered employment structure is common in the tech industry, that's right, creating distance between the core company and the day-to-day conditions of contract workers. It begs the question, are we building the future of technology on the back of an underpaid and ultimately disposable workforce? Programming contractors are supposed to be a disposable workforce. That's number one. I never heard of contractors, these programming contractors, being underpaid. All the employees always complained we were all overpaid because we always made more money than the employees, but we had to get our own benefits because we didn't get them from any company. So you can hear I'm very aggravated about this story. AI's magic has a human cost. We're constantly sold the futuristic dream of intelligent AI, but the reality is that it's propped up by people in precarious jobs who can become expendable cogs in the machine, and that's the whole life of a contractor. The idea of laying off the very experts who ensure your flagship AI product is high quality, especially while they are fighting for fair pay, shouldn't have signed the contract in the first place then, is an incredibly bad look. While Google's statement that they aren't the direct employer is technically true, I personally feel there's more than can be done here. I just think the whole thing's ridiculous. You're a contractor. Stop being a big baby about it. Just my opinion.
But
Okay.
they don't want to be contractors. They want to be employees.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be an employee, then become an employee and take less money, like employers always do. That's just the reality of the real world. Now, of course, as a contractor, your contract may run 6 months, may run 3 months, may run weeks, and you never know when the next contract is coming from. That's one of the pitfalls of being a contractor, besides getting your own benefits. Anyway, I just think these guys are a bunch of babies. All right, last story. iOS 26. You going to take this one?
Yep, I'll take it.
All right.
Hold on.
Found this on Tom's Guide. Okay, got it pulled up.
iOS 26 complaints are piling up. Should you wait to upgrade? Some iPhone users aren't happy by Scott Juncker.
All right, read review. There we go.
After a summer spent beta testing iOS 26, iOS 26 is finally available for everyone. The latest Apple iPhone operating system launched this past Monday with a new Liquid Glass redesign, some new apps, and updated features for existing apps that my iPad Pro 2018 did not receive.
Oh, I upgraded mine 3 days ago, and I don't have a problem with it. And
You don't
Ellie
even-
said she doesn't have a problem with it either. So
You don't even need to buy an iPhone 17 Air or 17 Pro or 17 Pro Max to enjoy the update. Several older iPhones dating back to the iPhone 11 models of 2019 will be able to download the iOS 26 if you choose to. That's because in spite of the new look and updated features, not everyone who's upgraded to iOS 26 has been happy with that choice. Jace,
no, we got to go down. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Most common complaints: the liquid glass backlash, degraded battery life and performance, confusing and dizzying dark mode, keyboard isn't unified across apps, and performance on older phones is hit or miss. Now, what iPhone users are saying: it all starts with the top with the liquid glass redesign, which may not be to your liking. Backlash against the new aesthetic was nearly immediate when iOS 26 betas launched after WWDC 2025. The complaints about the new look did not go unnoticed by Apple, as it was spent this summer tweaking the redesign and beta test. Apple users shared their frustration on Reddit, with one poster saying, "Design and aesthetics at the expense of usability and functionality. Not over, not instead of. It's a sad day." While liquid glass may be devices, there are options to adjust it, including reducing transparency effects. But that may not be enough to sway some people, especially when it comes to dark mode. Dark mode received some scrutiny across several Reddit posts, with one post calling it an optical nightmare. A Mac observer reported people are complaining that the slight glow around icons in dark mode is distracting and in some cases dizzying.
Now, I did notice the little glow. It didn't bother me in the slightest, but okay. You lose your place.
Yeah, hold on.
Several comments is where you're going.
Several comments said the icons look blurry or tilted in a dark mode, like the icons are falling over. This visual style was designed and approved by a bunch of people that do not use dark mode, said a user named Tegra. Apple has already had to warn iPhone users that upgrading to a new version of the operating system can cause temporary issues affecting battery life and performance. It can take a day or more for the update to index your files, download assets, and more. Once that's done, those temporary issues can abate, but it's still proven frustrating for some. We noticed several comments complaining that the keyboard in iOS 26, it appears that some apps, mostly Apple-made ones, though not all, have the updated keyboard aesthetic, but third-party apps like Reddit are using the old keyboard. That look isn't that different, but the disconnect when switching between apps can be frustrating, especially since we're seeing people say that the newer keyboard is nice to type on than the older one. Now, older phones.
And then mine's on a 15 Pro Max. I'm not having any issues at all.
We have seen some people on Reddit reporting that updating their older iPhone has been a mixed bag. One post about the iPhone 11, for example, showed some people getting smooth and fast performance. Others reported weird bugs and terrible performance. To be fair, the iPhone 11 is at the bottom of the list of compatible phones and will be cut off most likely from iOS 27 next year, along with the original iPhone SE. The late features. Despite talking about the features during iOS 26 introduction, Apple has quietly confirmed that there is no digital US passport support at launch. You can store other digital IDs in your Apple Wallet, depending on where you live, but this digital wallet would have allowed US domestic travel between certain airports. Or at least it will once Apple brings out the future update. We don't know when that will be. Not everything is doom and gloom. In Tom's guide of the iOS 26 review, phones editor Philip Michaels found that there was a lot to like, even as he's still learning to tolerate liquid glass interface. On the whole, it's been a positive experience with the iOS 26 introducing welcome improvements to the mix. On the iOS subreddit, we found a friendlier thread with people complimenting the new operating system. People are loving the new lock screen, and one user said that the native Apple apps like Safari feel more full screen. Others praise a redesigned camera app. The common thread among even the compliments in our own review is that liquid glass is a huge change and will take some time to get used to it. Those who tried it out during the beta test said they were shocked by the redesign at first, but have come around in the last few weeks. It continues to get better as you use it. Should you upgrade to iOS 26? If you're not quite ready to upgrade to iOS 26, you don't need to panic. iOS 18 will get security updates, so your iPhone won't be at risk for the foreseeable future. And Apple isn't going to force you to install the new iOS. That said, updating does guarantee a longer window for security updates, an important need as more breaches happen across the world. Additionally, iOS 26 comes with great new features, calling call screening, which blocks spam calls. It gets live translation for messages and voice. Many apps like Maps, Music, Wallet are getting improvements that won't be in iOS 18. Plus, any temporary battery life and performance should resolve soon or will be smoothed up by future updates. Still, iOS 26 may not be for you, and you can hang out with iOS 18 a bit longer.
So, I should tell you on my iPhone 15 Pro Max, I do use dark mode. I did notice a little glow around some of the apps, but it doesn't bother me at all. And like I said, Ellie has it. She has no problems with it either. So I guess it's going to be a very person by person experience, but I haven't had any issues with it at all. So anyway, that's all we've got for tonight. But it was so great having the whole crew.
I know, that was a happy surprise.
Yeah.
Cool.
So and you didn't, and you just happened to come in just at the right time. And each first Mike came in, then Will came in, then you came in. It was like perfect. It was almost as if we had it planned. So it was very cool.
I have a friend calling me, so I got a jet.
Okay, all right. Glad you were here, brother.
Yeah, but hope to see you guys in the next week.
All right, have a great weekend, sir.
You too. Bye, George. Bye, chat.
All right, bye. All right, folks. We had a great show tonight. Had all of us together. Found out about Will's new iPhone 16 Pro Max. We know mine is delayed until Tuesday. Got to see Mike's 10 Pro. And I said we all in all had a very good show. Brian said it was a good surprise. He's saying have a great weekend, everyone. So I just want to remind you folks, we all do better when we love each other. And I'll go out with my usual song. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Good night, folks.